Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are listening to episode 6 of A Random Roast with your host, Dan, and...
Phil.
Wow, that was an aggressive Phil right there. But we are back. What do you got to say, Phil?
I was gonna say I'm just a little aggressive today. There's a particular topic when we ever get to it that I'm very angsty. That's all I gotta say, angsty.
Angsty, is that a word?
I'm angsty. Okay, get off it.
All right. Well, let's just get into it, man. We could talk about Denny's later. We could talk about the social media and how to contact us. You know, our roast info on Instagram, our random roast info at Gmail or on Facebook. We could talk about that later. I mean, we can do that.
One thing though, I will say, guys, major sorry from my end. Major sorry, I can't speak English, but I'm sorry. We had some technical difficulties on episode 5. I guess there were some syncing issues. We're using a new program and we're kind of trying it out, and so it's like I was guilty of not listening to the whole podcast in the editing software, and so I should have caught it. So I'm sorry about that. We're working on it, but Denny's doesn't pay all the bills.
Exactly, and we're going to do this live to record. So there is going to be no editing involved in this one. So if you find something, I don't care, because this is what it is. This is as raw as it gets.
Boom shakalaka.
There's some jokes I could say about doing it raw, and it feels so much better, but I won't go there. I'm not going to go there.
You know who does? Do you know who does it right?
Huh?
JCPenney.
Do you
remember that little jingle? JCPenney doing it right on the commercials.
I mean, it rings a faint bell, but I
come
don't
on,
really
you '90s child, you '90s adolescent.
Yo, you know which one I remember though is la 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 TJ Maxx. Do you remember that one?
No, I don't remember that one.
That's the one I remember. So you got our selected memories for meaningless commercial jingles.
Yeah, right.
It's between every listener here. Remember some stupid commercial for no good reason.
Okay, actually, so we'll do this. We'll plug here. All right, on any of the social medias or on the email, let us know what is the jingle from the 90s or even modern day jingles now that get stuck in your head and you can literally hum the song. Or just say the lyrics to it, and you'll just, or if someone says it, you'll know exactly what it is, and it gets stuck in your head.
There's also Ross. Where it's where'd you get it? I got it from Ross. Something like that.
Or Hot Pockets.
Dude, that's a Jim Gaffigan joke, though.
I mean, that's the jingle, though.
It's a jingle that he made famous because he's a famous comedian. Yeah, because I used to shout that out in high school to annoy the crap out of all my teachers.
I mean, you got what? We got McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
See, that one's good though. They hit something, and I'll talk about this. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go out of order because this is very similar to. I went to a conference last weekend, and it's called Worldz. And
it's called Worldz.
Worldz with a Z.
It kind of sounds obnoxious. It kind of sounds ominous, but yet big and vague.
So this conference, it was cool. It was through work. I would never pay the price they posted for a ticket.
Oh, wow.
Guess the before I have you guess the number of the price of the ticket. Okay. This is a 2-day conference. It's regarding online marketing and startups, things like that. Social media branding, very cutting edge, millennial kind of thinking for the most part.
Okay.
There's a lot of big name speakers. The keynote speaker was Shaquille O'Neal.
No way, really? Shaq was there?
Shaq was there.
Did you meet Shaq?
I didn't. He mumbles a lot, so I had zero interest listening to him because I've seen him. I've heard him speak on the NBA halftime shows. He's really hard to understand.
Did you snag a picture with Shaq?
There was a lot of people. I don't think I would have been able to do that.
Oh, man.
There's also a lot of cutting edge, the CEO of BuzzFeed was there. There's a lot of those kind of niche online kind of websites that were there. So, but the ticket, guess how much it is now?
Okay, I'm guessing it is $250.
You're close, If you
Okay.
times that number by 10,
No, shut your mouth. Your work paid for that?
I was there was some kind of they were a partner of this event, so I don't think they paid that amount. But yeah,
Oh.
$2,650.
Oh my gosh.
When I went through the checkout on the website, I was like, "Yo, can you just give me this money? I ain't interested in going. Just give me the money."
Oh
It was kind
gosh.
of cool, but it was an absolute train wreck of an
Oh,
event,
so I'm guessing you didn't get your money's worth, or I mean your
dude.
business's money's worth.
If I paid if I paid $250 for this, I would have been furious.
Oh man. All right, so lay it on me.
It was the most disorganized thing ever. It was like if you know what it reminded me. It reminded me of the Fire Festival. You ever heard of that? That event that was kind of a sham from like
No.
last year. It
No,
was
no, no,
like
no.
this. Never heard of that? Oh, there's two documentaries. There's one on Hulu and Netflix. It's about like this mogul trying to get quick rich. He got arrested over this event because he pretty much lied about everything. He said that there's going to be like these big time artists, and some of them were legitimately going, but everyone backed out the last minute. Like Travis Barker was supposed to go.
Oh
I think
wow.
Jay Z or Kanye was supposed to go,
Hmm.
and they all backed out because they're like, "Oh, we're going to pay you this much," and he's like, "Okay, well." We expect half the payment up front. We don't perform to get payment afterwards. We're big time names.
Right.
And once no one was getting paid and these people know each other, they all backed out and they never posted that. They were like, "Yeah, it's still happening." This event out. So what they did is they rented out this island in the Jamaica area,
Oh wow.
and everything was shambles. Like no one was there. They didn't bring enough water for people. There was no accommodations. They were just, and it rained, and there people were sleeping in tents. The tents weren't waterproof. It was like a
Huh.
refugee camp that people paid money to go to.
Oh my gosh. Plus you have to like get a plane ticket to Jamaica.
Yeah. So, and then they said that you're gonna have like top notch first class flights, and it was like super coach. Like it
Oh
was like
wow.
Spirit Airlines. I don't know if Spirit Airlines is a very regional carrier, but it's like you could barely move your elbows out.
Right.
So it was a train wreck. This felt like that because I got there early and this checkout line wasn't that bad, but
Okay.
there was something wrong with the app on my phone, and you can't go anywhere. You can't see your agenda for the day. They check your phone to get you into these rooms for meetings and conferences. So I
Because
couldn't do
they're
anything.
they're cutting edge, right? That's
Yeah.
why.
So I had a phone. I have an iPhone, and it wouldn't let me do what I needed to do. So I had to go to the help desk and re-register to a different email, and it wouldn't let me do it. It legit took me 40 minutes to fix this
Wow.
problem. They were cool, but it took forever. So I missed the first thing, and it was supposed to be like quote unquote meet the masters. So there were
Hmm.
some the meet the masters are people who are like the CEOs, COOs, the top notch guys of these startup companies.
Right.
And it was supposed to be 12 people. And by the time I got there were three people. Three people. And
Man,
it
do
was a
you know who
train
you
wreck.
missed?
I remember one of the guys, he works at Zenny, which is a online eye maker website kind of
Okay.
catalog. They do eyeglasses, sunglasses, and they're a pretty big deal because I have recognized their name.
Okay. Yeah.
But the other guys were like, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. I actually talked to one of the other dudes. I felt like a therapy session. He just asked me about myself the entire time.
Tell me about yourself, Daniel.
Pretty much. That's not an exaggeration. So, and everything ran incredibly late. Everything was 20 minutes behind. Everything was disorganized. The keynote speakers were everything was just out of order. And then the best part, the top notch, the VIP treatment part for the ticket I got through work was
Uh-huh.
you get a mentorship lunch with particular high end people. And I
Okay.
picked someone in an industry I know nothing about because I wanted to learn something new. I picked someone who is a top notch designer at Michael Kors,
Okay.
and she was real cool. I had nothing negative to say about her, but this was outdoor seating, and
Oh,
it was
sucks.
hot. And they put umbrellas at each table,
Eh?
but they put umbrellas on the wrong side. So only two out of the nine people at the tables got shade. and I actually was able to try the Beyond Meat burger kind of deal that we spoke about.
What? What?
This is
Uh,
where I had no choice. I was forced to eat this or nothing.
oh man, so it was a crappy environment, and you had a crappy burger.
It was on a meatball sub.
Oh, okay,
The worst part about the sub was the bread. It was pretty stale.
okay.
So it was like pretzel bread, which is the opposite of
Ah,
what you want in a meatball sub. You want it to be kind of squishy. You don't want crunchy bread and
right.
meatballs. It doesn't add up together.
What you want the meatball?
I want the soft bread. So it was all right, but and that, it came with kale salad, which is the
Uh,
grossest.
uh,
So that's I'm letting you know the kind of atmosphere this was set at.
God, wait,
So
was Starbucks there?
no Starbucks. Starbucks is like passe. They had Joe and the Juice, I think it is. I've seen their name at airports. You see them in airports sometimes. And
I've
they
never
had
seen
a
that.
company that you took a photo. They had like a tablet, took everyone in line's photo. And once you got a
Okay.
cappuccino, the photo, they would imprint your photo onto the cappuccino so you could see your photo in your cappuccino.
So it's like who's littering? Oh, that
It,
guy's face.
it was like it would you could drink it. Like it was like the foam wrapped
Oh,
around
okay.
your photo. So
That's
it's kind of
cool.
cool, but it caused major delays. Like, can I just get my damn coffee? So it was very disorganized, and I got super sunburn on my face from being in the sun for 2 hours.
Hmm.
It was a train wreck, and the coolest thing I did the whole time was doing axe throwing. They had axe throwing event outside.
Did you learn anything?
I learned nothing. I learned next to nothing.
I
These were
hope I
people.
hope that your coworkers or your bosses are listening to this. Like, hi, I just blew $2,600 and had an awful time, but I threw an axe.
You know what? You know what? If they're listening, I'm already gonna get fired. So screw it. I
All
left
right.
early the second day.
Oh, did you?
I was like, I'm good enough. There's
Man.
too many like-minded people here. I got the gist of it. So I left early. I went home and went to my pool. I'm gonna go swimming. The pool won't be. There'll be nobody there today. So I ran some errands. It was great. So Worldz, you disappointed, man. They have it's like an elite group of people. The girl from Michael Kors was telling us that this started off as like an elite group where like the top names of all the top companies would do like these retreats for a weekend,
Right.
and they would be like hardcore elite networking. But now it's like gone down, and they've kind of dissolved the equality of the top notchness, and they're trying to make it more mainstream. But it's been super disorganized. Nobody knew. None of the employees knew anything either. You can
So
just
you're
tell they were just kids, local kids who got like a weekend job,
right.
and they're like, I don't know, man. I'm just getting paid to look pretty. Everyone who worked there was really good looking. It was like Abercrombie and Finch models of 2019.
Huh.
It
So
was a
basically,
disaster.
basically, Comic Con would be more better organized, more better. Wow.
This
So
was Comic Con for people who want to feel like they are doing things with their lives. Because it was all about like empowering yourself, doing the right thing.
hey,
That was
Was Gary V there?
He was not there, but that's the kind of people that were there. A lot
I
of
love Gary V, man. I'm an advocate for Gary
a
V.
lot of
He's
influencers. In the
yeah,
term impressions, I've never heard
yeah.
that term more in my life in those 36 hours because I can't say 48 because I left early the second day. So, but it was a disaster. So, Worlds, do better. Do better. You can't have an obnoxious name and be that bad. Especially if people were legitly paid over 2 grand to be there.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude, you can go legit anywhere in the world for $2,600. You can go
yeah.
there and be there like cheap for a week. I've done it. I've done it
You
in
can
multiple countries.
you can go to Jamaica and stay in a tent for $2,600.
You could do that, dude. You could go to Jamaica for $2,600. You could live like a king for like a week, I bet.
I bet.
or you can go to this boring 2 day conference where people are repeating the same thing about doing the right thing over and over and over.
So what is the right thing? Did you get what that
Yeah,
was?
so I'll ask you. When I said this to a group of people, again, like-minded individuals, like the person to the
Okay.
right of me worked at Marvel, and he does marketing there. So they were talking about using marketing as philanthropy.
Right.
So there's particular companies who work with cancer research and Make a Wish, things like that. And
Yeah.
they were talking about how that's good marketing. And I said, I don't know, I feel weird about that. I feel like you guys are using these charities to market yourself more than the charity. So they were like, no, it's good marketing for both companies. I'm like, is it though? Because it feels like you guys are doing this just for publicity, then doing the right thing.
Yeah.
When I said
I mean,
that, they gave me like blank evil eye stares. Like, why would you think that way?
no,
And
I mean I could see your point. I mean, you can also see it this way too. Like, even though they are substantially getting better PR and a kind of the better end of the deal, like that money's going to a charity that chances are if they didn't want to be greedy like that, the money wouldn't be there for those people. Like, in because I mean I would assume that they would be a pretty hefty contributor for the charity like itself. You know what I mean? But like I understand the underlying premise of they really don't have goodwill. It was more of like, who do we give money to that'll make us look the best, and let's go after that. You know? And
yeah,
so I don't I don't know if I like that context to it, but I mean, like, you can. I mean, I would say it's ethically gray, but it's leaning more towards the dark side.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely a gray area, and to them, it was very black and white.
Yeah,
So
of course.
I
They're
didn't
like,
really
yeah, we're
fit
doing the
in
good thing.
there
Yeah.
because I don't think the way they do. But it was kind of cool regarding learning those kind of viewpoints. It was a different viewpoint than mine, so that was kind of cool. But it was very too goody. No, I wouldn't say this. Everyone was fake. I would say that it was very New York, LA centric.
Okay. Just coast coast.
Yeah, it was like this is why people are upset in this country today because of people like you who just don't get the average person,
You know what I don't get?
huh?
You paid $2,600 to get force fed Beyond Meat, and that was the only option.
And then the second day, I had to pay for
Uh-huh.
my own lunch.
No, really?
My own lunch, and they only had food trucks. I don't like food trucks.
I love food trucks, dude. What
Always
about
small portions and they're expensive. I ain't playing with that.
food trucks are like epically hipster and gourmet.
Dude, I'm a big eater. I eat like double the portion.
Yeah,
So I go to a food truck, I spend $12 for a burger. I'm not spending $24.
yeah,
No,
that's
thank you.
crazy.
Dude, speaking of food, are you still doing keto?
I am doing keto.
How many days is that now?
I think I'm a little. I'm headed towards 3 weeks. I think
How's it going?
it's going good. I mean, like, right now, as long as I stay properly hydrated. I'm drinking a gallon of water a day.
What about the
Uh,
olive oil?
I do use olive oil quite a bit and some butter.
Okay.
Um, but what's nice about keto though is that you feel very satiated for like most of the time, and so like I can eat a little snack, like maybe like a cheese stick or some peanuts, like those little peanut packs, or I'll have a cheese stick and peanut pack, and it'll like hold me over for like 3 hours, which is pretty good. And so like I have been integrating intermittent fasting with it, so I skip breakfast, and I eat around noon, and then kind of just chill for that. But it's easy for me because I kind of enjoy eating vegetables. Like, I like vegetables. I mean, I'll blame it on my foreign mother, who always just like gave me vegetables and said, "Hey, you need to eat vegetables." So I like vegetables, and basically I eat vegetables. I add a fat.
So many times.
How many times can Phil say vegetables? But like I add a fat and then I add some protein. But like normally, like I think people kind of get stuck because they're not used to eating vegetables, and they try to overdo it on the protein. But like with keto, if you overdo it on the protein, you can kick yourself out of ketosis, and so you kind of have to keep the margin of like high fat, low carb. But like for me, I guess you could say I'm doing dirty keto, because I mean I kind of just eat as much vegetables as I want. I'll eat a lot of salad, a lot of cabbage, you know, I'll throw in some broccoli. I eat broccoli raw, like kind of in the salad. So I'll cut it up and mix it in the salad, and then I eat a lot of cheese. But I actually enjoy keto, and the nice thing about it too is that like your mental energy is through the roof. Like I'm just super focused, and then like my energy is super consistent. I'll drink some coffee in the morning, and I have a little bit of like a vitamin drink that I take in the morning, but I'll do that, and like literally that keeps me constantly wired all day. So there's no fluctuation with that, and I guess I'll wrap myself out here too. I'm doing yoga.
But yoga's hard. I started doing that like a couple months ago.
Yeah, so fat boy over here. So I started at 310 pounds. I
Jeez,
started
dude. I
keto.
didn't know you
I
were that,
started
that big now.
keto. Yeah, so 5'8", 310 pounds, and so I am back into the 200s.
That's
I
good.
think I'm like 293. So that's like 2.5 weeks on keto and doing yoga. And so the yoga is getting a little more intense, and so I kind of wanted to get through like the keto flu, which I didn't really have, but kind of just get adjusted before I actually picked up more strenuous physical activity. Because one thing that you'll notice is that you don't have as much energy up front until you adapt, because like when you use and eat carbs, you get that instant fuel, burns hot in your body, and you get that energy rush. But with keto, you're burning ketones, so you're burning fat, and so it's using fat, so fat doesn't burn. It's like a slow burn instead of a high burn like a carb. So it just, carbs go in, they give you a bunch of energy real quick, and then they serve their purpose and they're done. And so fat doesn't work that way. But anyway, like, yeah, so keto's been really good. I'm looking forward to some cheat days that are going to come up. And actually, as of today, I'm going to be in California in December.
Oh, yeah.
I'm coming to California. My wife's brother is shipping out to the Marines on Monday, and so we're gonna do a big family vacation in San Diego
Okay.
for his graduation, and that'll be in December. So
Cool, cool.
it'll be like the week before Christmas. Uh, I'll be in California, so we may have to do a podcast and share your microphone or something like that.
Oh, that'd be so cute.
Oh
I'll
my
get your,
gosh, an actual podcast in the same
oh
room.
my god, I'll get off, get some keto calories off your spit. Hitting
Well,
my microphone.
so speaking of Christmas, I gotta tell you what I'm so angsty about
That's
is
right.
is yeah is those people, those okay, if you are this person, I want you to look in the mirror, draw a mustache in the mirror, and then make your face line up with the mustache. That's what I want you to do, and punch yourself in the face, because you should not be listening to Christmas music before, gosh. Well, I would say, okay. I would say an acceptable time to listen to Christmas music would be right after Thanksgiving. Like Black Friday, enter Christmas mode, Christmas music, full on Christmas. You are licensed to Christmas. But if it's like not even Halloween yet, like if it's September and you're sitting there on your radio and you're just like starting to crank out those like it's a holly jolly Christmas, I will kick you, I will deck you, I will throw Mio at you, I will just do terrible things to you if I hear it.
Is this
You are just
happening
not,
legit?
no, but like someone was talking about, like it was one of those things where, okay, so I'm kind of a coffee snob, and so I was talking to some people about coffee, and I overheard another conversation going on in the background about like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited because this radio station's going to play Christmas music. And I kind of just like stopped everything that I was doing at that moment, and I'm like, it's September, there's a radio station that's like already amped up to start Christmas music. I'm like, Christmas, You have to let Christmas have its day, have its time. I mean, like you get like a solid 30 days of Christmas music, and you can get away with that. Because I mean, you can even listen to Christmas music after Christmas until like New Year, and after New Year, like all right, get over it. You know what I mean? But like, I just I don't get that type of person. I mean, like Christmas is awesome, the season is awesome, but you can't get festive until you put on your Halloween costume at least, and then until you eat some turkey. You know,
Yeah, you
that's just
can't skip other holidays.
oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so what other? Okay, we got like, Kwanzaa. We've got Hanukkah. We've got that's before Christmas, right?
But yeah,
Those are all Christmas holidays. Never mind. Hold on, back it up. What other holidays are there besides Thanksgiving and Halloween?
there's Veterans Day now. That's like November.
No, no, no. That's not a holiday. That's a holiday, but it's not a holiday.
Yeah, it's Halloween then Thanksgiving.
Okay, that's so I'm. You're telling me not to forget other holidays. I
No,
was
I
thinking
said
like,
you can't skip holidays. Like you can't go to Christmas music
oh
without
yeah, 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 yeah.
Halloween. And
Oh, I
then
thought you were telling me I was skipping some holidays. I'm like, dang, what other holidays are in between there?
nah. So I actually saw someone on Facebook like a week or so ago saying like it's only 16 weeks to Christmas.
Punch that person in the face.
Like, yeah, that is a third of the year. Like, what is wrong with your life where you're legit like, I can't wait for this third of a year to pass by. Like, what? I got nothing to look forward to for 16 weeks till then.
Let me tell you something. In the Midwest, fall. Okay, fall is my favorite freaking season of all time, and especially in the Midwest. You guys don't really get fall in California. You just get like the leaves turn autumn, and yeah, I mean autumn. They turn like all the autumn colors like red, brown, whatever, and you get like leaves everywhere. But the air is cold and crisp, and like you get days where it kind of gets up into the California weather, like 75, 76, and then it gets into like low 50s, maybe high 40s, which is comfortable once you're acclimated into the Midwest. But that's like bonfire weather. Everyone's like walking, everyone's doing things out here. Because I mean, it's so humid in the summer where it's like you're just dying all day long. And then when it's actually in winter, it's pretty cold. We're talking like average 20 to 30 degrees in that range. And so that's pretty cold. Considering California, 50 degrees is Arctic. That Arctic blast, I remember that like 2 years ago or something like that. I could not stop laughing. But yeah, so like fall's my favorite season, and you just can't skip fall. Maybe it's because maybe I'm so upset because I am a fall aficionado or something like that.
Well, I'm not a fan of skipping months in a year, so I, I'm I don't like Christmas music much, anyways.
I would
What
skip
Christmas
February.
music?
I would skip the whole month of February if it wasn't for. No, was my kid born in February? I don't remember. I think no, March. No, February.
Well, you
No,
bad father.
no. I think she's no. She's born in February. She's got to be born. I got kids now, and I mix up the dates. Yeah, I was
You
in
would skip
December.
the entire
Yeah,
month of February?
except for my kid's birthday. Yeah.
Okay, so you would skip Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, that's like totally cost. Uh, that's against my bank account
And you would
religion.
skip Black History Month?
I'm not black. I mean, like, I think it's
Whoa.
awesome to have a month, but I mean, I'd prefer to skip it, and it's not because of Black History Month. That's if I was to choose any month out of the whole year, I'd skip February.
Dude, I learned this today. Legit learned this today. That
Okay.
September is named based off the number 7 because in
Okay.
the Roman times, September was the 7th month of the Roman calendar because they only had 10 months back then.
Huh.
So I just dropped knowledge on all of you people because I guarantee
Boom.
not a single soul, all 9 to 15 of you, did not know that.
Random roasts
And,
educating you.
and to a particular person, a particular listener, I need
Okay.
you to shut up about the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy. That guy's he's a special guy.
We can't get them. They don't make them. We don't have a time machine to
Hold
go
on. Okay,
backwards or forwards in
actually,
time.
okay. So I caught a YouTube thing. Sometimes I look at see what's trending on YouTube, and on YouTube, what's trending is. Do you remember that guy from like Drake and Josh or something like that?
That
Uh,
Nickelodeon show?
yeah, yeah. The Josh guy. I think he was fat. He was the fat one that like became skinnier and better looking
I
after the
think
show.
so. Is that? I think so. Is that Nick Efron or no? Zach
No,
Efron?
Zac Efron. No, no. Actually, I don't know who Drake is. But I know Josh, and I remember Josh because he was a fat guy that became skinny. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good story. But he was doing a chicken challenge with his buddy. I guess his buddy's got a YouTube channel too. But like they literally were like driving around and grabbing like every chicken sandwich that a place has to offer and like comparing chicken sandwiches. So they go to Popeyes and it goes we're temporarily out of stock. Not like we don't have it until unindefinitely or indefinitely, but like it's just out of stock right now. And so I mean I don't know if they're like not having it anywhere, but it was so funny because he was like, "It's chicken and breading. How hard is it to like mess that up? How do you get out of stock with chicken and breading? You know what I mean? It's like how hard is it to get chicken and breading? But I
Yeah.
mean, like Popeyes. Seriously, yeah, he said basically this. He goes, Popeyes. It's been a minute since you've been like on the buzz, since people have been like darkening your door and stuff like that. You really screwed the pooch on this one, right? You would think, hey, this is going crazy. This is going viral. You would, you would like stop what you're doing and do what works, which is make more of that stupid sandwich and get it everywhere. You know what I mean?
What has Popeyes ever done other than this? Like Popeyes has never been in the zeitgeist
I
ever.
I I have okay. I went to Popeyes once, and I thought that like their spicy chicken tenders were actually spicy. And like for me though, I like spice, and so when I go and I order spicy chicken tenders, they're never really that spicy. They're just like they've got a teeny kick where I'm like, okay, I can see how you could consider that spicy, but like their wings are, I mean, their chicken tenders are spicy, and so I was like, I like that, but it was really greasy, so I'm like, I can't eat here all the time. Um,
Yeah, but I
but
mean, I I do want to try this chicken sandwich, but I'm not willing to drive there and check out if
uh,
it's available.
you
And
should call
what,
it.
that's
Not
what I'm
gonna.
about to say. I can't call them.
Why
I would
not?
feel like that's a low point in my life.
You calling in for chicken sandwich so that you can. I mean, this is marketing, Danny. You got to do the right thing.
I gotta, go on their Instagram account and be like, do better, make more chicken. So, and your chicken's in your stupid name. Popeye's chicken. Where's
You
your
should.
chicken?
You should do like make your chicken sandwich available again. That's your like MAGA thing.
They should have make chicken great again.
Or
That
no,
wouldn't
make
work
chicken
well.
available again. Make chicken available again.
That wouldn't work well for their demographics, pretty much. Just dropping hints, but it would be bad
Um,
advertising, I'm guessing.
But
But
I don't know. When that comes back, I will break keto for that meal just so that I can say that I've had that sandwich and I can contribute to society through this podcast, enlightening everybody with my emotions and my taste buds and my gluttony, and just give you my thoughts.
that's good, man. You dropped like 20 something pounds. That's good.
Yeah, I'll probably drop 20 pounds by the time I get that freaking sandwich.
Yeah, and you'll gain it right back.
Mm-mm-mm. What is Popeye's little slogan?
Isn't that it? Mm-mm, good?
I don't know.
I think that's it. Because
Down the Popeyes.
I think that's it. That's like the part of the commercial. I think that's
It's
part
like
of it.
a little like that Louisiana feel, like you're what is it? What was that duck show? Duck
Ooh,
Hunter?
Duck Hunter,
Uh,
like Duck Dynasty?
Duck Dynasty. Yeah, yeah. It's like that Duck Dynasty feel where it's like everyone eats this chicken, lives on the bayou, who's got a beard and shoots ducks.
I don't remember that. I just remember that black chick. That's all I remember with the short
What black
hair.
chick?
It was like this older black chick. She would be like, wearing an apron.
I don't remember that.
And none of their commercials are good. I'm honestly surprised Popeyes actually made something people want.
Dude, it's like, but basically, you remember how it started, right? It was a tweet war, but well, not tweet, but it's like a tweet thing between Chick-fil-A and Popeyes.
Yeah, yeah, but you know who's
Like,
the best at that kind of stuff? Wendy's, man. Wendy's, their social media presence is
yeah,
fire. They're always like doing the best jokes.
yeah. I wonder who was the marketing person for Wendy's at your dealio.
No, I don't think they were. There was a lot of companies that said they were there, but they weren't. I didn't see them. And there were a lot of like cutting edge stuff. And then there was a whiskey company there.
Hey,
I was like, this is all this healthy stuff, like cutting edge vitamins. And there's like a Whistle Pig whiskey, and everyone you could like do shots. And I'm like, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I'm technically working right now, so
did you try the whiskey?
no, I had a lot of Whistle Pig whiskey a few months ago that did me in, so I'm not in the mood to try that again yet. I
Ah,
went a little.
I've never heard of Whistle Pig.
It's good. I had a third of a bottle, so it's good.
Okay, so is it like a mix, like a whiskey you want to mix with, or is it more of like you just want to do it on the rocks,
You
or
want to do it on the rocks? It's pretty expensive. It's
oh,
pretty.
so that's like premium, huh?
It's pretty up there. I think it's like over $100 a bottle.
Wow, I would down a freaking handle if it cost me that much.
So I got a little twisted. So I was not in the mood to partake in the endeavors of
Endeavors
of that wonderful liqueur at
liqueur.
work events.
Yeah. You know, I've are you do you know Conor McGregor has his own like whiskey
Yeah,
brand?
proper whiskey, I think it's called.
Proper whiskey.
That dude is a menace to society now.
What do you mean?
Okay, this is like I'm gonna go over the list of things. He
Okay.
threw like a guardrail at a bus a few years ago,
I saw that. That was I mean there was some pretty strong beef between those guys.
but a lot of innocent people in the bus got injured. Like glass shrapnel, like hit people in the eyes, in their face. So a couple of fighters had to pull out of their fights because they couldn't use their eyes properly. So he did that, and then a few months later, he like jumped the cage at his friend's fight, and he shoved a ref out of the way.
Really?
So that happened, and then there's like allegations of him getting into bar fights.
Hmm.
That was last year, and then just like a month ago, he went to a bar and he punched this old dude in the face.
An old dude?
He's at least 50. He's like sitting on the stool. Like the guy just, it looked like the guy's talking smack to him,
Yeah.
but he never gets up. So Conor McGregor just like cheap shot punches him in the face.
Dang. Does the
That
guy
dude,
fall to the ground?
no, that's the other part. Like that guy took it pretty well. So
There you go.
he's just a
Either the
man.
champ's losing it or that guy needs to get into the MMA with an iron chin.
I think Conor McGregor is going to be considered like a hack pretty soon because he's either going to fight and he's going to have to win because he's lost his last few fights. So
Yeah.
he's got to do better. He needs to go away. He made a
I
bank with the.
wanna
He made a lot of money with the Floyd Mayweather fight, so he has money to
yeah.
burn. He's burning it through legal matters. It looks like.
Dude, I wanna see Khabib fight again, man. That Khabib's a monster.
Khabib versus Togi. I said Togi. Tony
Dude,
Tony Ferguson's probably the next fight,
yeah, I
which will
wanna
be a
whenever
tough
that is,
matchup.
I will watch the snot out of it.
The snot. What the heck? What are you like? What kind of term is that?
That is a term that we use there, like I'll just the snot out of it.
That sounds like something the Goonies would say.
That is the greatest movie of all time.
That movie's so bad. It's so boring.
No, The Goonies is amazing. Don't even step on there.
That
The Goonies
sounds
is like
like
hands down my favorite movie
ever.
ever.
Oh,
The
oh.
Goonies, man. Childhood wonder, an adventure, bad guys, treasure, pirates. Get out of here.
Those kids were so stupid. I couldn't deal with it.
That's because it was the 80s.
I don't care. It's just something
Everyone's
dumb.
stupid in the 80s.
Like the movie Stand By Me. You ever seen that one?
Yeah.
See, those kids weren't stupid. They were
Goonies.
they were adventurous, but they weren't stupid. The Goonie
You
kids were
know,
stupid.
you have no respect for One Eyed Willie.
I don't even remember. I haven't seen the Goonies in forever because I knew I hated it. I was like, I ain't gonna watch this again.
No, it was amazing. You shut your mouth.
What was this term you used again? You watched the snot out of it. Is that right?
Yeah, I'd watch the snot out of
See,
it.
I think of the Sandlot, and I think of that ugly redheaded fat kid saying that with the backwards cap. That's what I imagine when I hear that statement.
Oh man, pitch. Wait, no, actually, that's a. Wait, is he the guy who says pitcher has a big butt?
I think so. I think
Or
so.
was there was like a bunch of baseball movies that came out like the end of '80s, mid
Yeah,
'90s.
that's
I
when
mean,
baseball was kind of cool, and I'm glad it's not anymore because baseball also really sucks.
because you have the Sandlot and you've got what the Angels in the outfield, and then you've got what was that
Minor league.
minor league? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Maybe it's minor league where it says pitcher's got a big butt. Pitcher's got a big butt.
with Charlie Sheen before he became a drug infested fiend.
Oh, I like what you did there. That was pretty good.
It
That was
was. It
quick. That was
was.
quick.
Speaking of drug infested fiends, I saw an
Oh,
article stating that there has been officially the seventh death in the United States across 7 different states from vaping.
bum bum bum, Danny. It's an epidemic. We need to ban that stuff.
But remember, like a few years ago, I don't know if people vape. Do people vape out there a lot in Oklahoma?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like they vape like chimneys.
And like all vapors are like, it's not as bad as cigarettes. And you're
They don't
like,
chain smoke cigarettes.
and it's like, yeah, you don't just walk around town smoking cigarettes like you do with vape pens.
Yeah,
Like I see people
yeah.
hitting their vape pen as they walk into a restaurant, and then you have to smell like the remnants of their disgusting filth.
What? No, I love vape smells. Like sometimes it's like pina colada or pineapples or like snickerdoodles or I
It
mean, there's a
gets,
lot of
it's a very overpowering smell.
for
It
like 2 seconds.
it's like that crappy tree you put in your car, the air freshener.
I put in a coke. What is it? Like a coconut, vanilla coconut.
Yeah, it smells good in small doses, but if it's too
Yeah.
much, it smells disgusting, and that's what vape smoke smells like to me.
See, I don't mind it. I would not mind people blowing that stuff all around me. Just just blow it at me, bro.
Hey, I'm going to be healthy on the keto vape smoke diet.
Keto, just come at me with your smoke, bro.
Yeah, I was eating, kale and spinach for breakfast, and for lunch, I ate vape smoke.
Yeah, I can't have any sugar, so I made him just like blow a blueberry cloud, and I freaking devoured it.
No, so sweet. They hit the spot.
Mmm,
But
gnarly.
seriously, like, people are surprised about this. It's like, you
Yeah.
are inhaling smoke. Like, are you surprised people are dying? Sure, it's not as bad as cigarettes because all the toxins and the filter and everything. Okay, but it's still super unhealthy.
Yeah.
Just like if you were to pick up anything in your house and start lighting it and smoking it. Like if you picked up anything you're looking at in your room right now or in your car, wherever you're listening to this, I want you to look 3 feet to your right, pick up that item, or imagine you could break a piece off of it and smoke it.
Well, okay. Well, vaping is technically not traditional smoking because of
The
there's no
oil and blah blah blah. I
combustion.
know.
But I mean, the chemicals and things that they use in that when that is warmed and however the vaporization process works, not all of it is safe. And so, like, there are some there. I mean, based on some ingredients, they do cause some irreparable lung damage. Where I mean, like you can smoke and then you get emphysema and die over a long period of time. You can actually die quicker from vaping if you vape stuff with like the chemicals. And I forget what the chemicals are that were like. Vaping is not like I guess the contents of it are not like what they're not FDA approved and they're not like regulated. I mean, anyone can make vape juice and sell it.
Yeah,
Um,
so if you're a vapor and you die, You're kind of asking for it. I don't feel
Yeah.
bad for you. Because, dude, vape, most people who vape are the most obnoxious.
Okay, explain.
They vape, like I said, they vape all over town.
It's like take a breath, vape. Take a breath, vape.
At
Take a
least
breath,
smokers
vape.
smoke and they're considerate about it.
Yeah.
Vapors are like a puff here, 4 steps, puff. You can't smoke like at outdoor events, but you can vape.
Well, I mean, like, well, I think to me, vapes remind me of like air fresheners, and just like someone spraying an air freshener really quick, and then like, okay, it's
That you
most
know what
refreshing.
vapors are like? They're like Axe body spray people.
Oh no, Axe body spray is obnoxious because like if you know someone's wearing Axe, it's because they put on too much, and if they put on just the right amount, you just don't know they're wearing Axe.
That's how I feel about vapors. They don't know how to do it right, so they're like Axe body spray people.
Ah, no.
And there's always like, and they're always like, it's not that bad, bro. Just do it once. Like, are they paying you? Are you like a recruiter? Are you a marketing guru here? Did you
Hey,
go to that conference?
if there's any vape shops out there, or like vapors companies that want to sponsor this podcast, we'll vape while we're doing the podcast.
I will die for a sponsorship.
By we'll call it the vapage.
I will walk into a Denny's vaping and walk out
you,
vaping.
you will vape before your lumberjack slam, vape mid bite lumberjack slam, and then vape to say thank you.
I will vape as my tip. I will. It will be perfect.
Like your waiter comes up, is there anything else I can do for you? You just blow that smoke. I don't know if the smoke came through. I was trying to blow at the microphone, but I'm like,
No, I gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha.
just
Pina
like big
colada,
cock.
girl. Pina colada. You know what? You can holler at your boy if you want some more of that. Vape is
The person's like, I could taste notes of like some butterscotch and truffles.
she's like one of the what's that term for wine people? Those I can't remember. They know what's in the wine by tasting it. Dang, it's like a
Oh
very
yeah,
technical
yeah,
term. Dang, I
yeah.
can't remember it. But she could be like one of those for vape pens. So
Yeah.
it's 2/3 pina colada, 1/8 apple, and a hint of cinnamon. Yes, that's what
I
hits.
think it's what is it, Somalia or something like
Something like
sommelier?
that. Sommelier or something like that.
Somalia, it's probably French. Those French in those wines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sommelier.
If we have any listeners in France, I'm so sorry we're obnoxious. But hey, you should send us some tickets over so we can do the podcast in France and eat some baguettes and drink some wine and Paris,
They love their what's that duck? The duck fat. What's that called too?
Oh, I don't
The
know.
duck lard thing. Shoot, it's like this super pasty stuff. It's very high caloric, very non keto. Uh,
Really?
yeah, they also like
It's
raclette,
duck. It's called duck butter.
duck fat. I'll look it up
Oh,
on my phone, but they also like raclette, which I'm a big fan of. It's kind of like fondue. So
is it? Oh
imagine,
man.
uh, imagine like a regular grill, but there's 2 layers to it, and there's one layer for meat and there's one layer for cheese, and you pour the hot cheese onto the meat.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
is
I love that.
it is scrumptious. Confit.
I love that.
I think
Confit. Yeah.
yeah, it's called confit. So it is kind of gross because they kind of like force feed the ducks to become really fat,
Like cows.
but like extremely fat. So
Like cows
yeah,
and pigs.
and then they kill them once they reach they know like how much they can weigh before they
Yeah.
die, and then they kill them at that weight.
Dang.
So the French are,
Imagine if you die and then you get reborn as a duck in France.
yeah, that would suck. That would not be ideal. I mean, maybe those 7 people who died vaping, maybe they went
Yeah.
to France as ducks.
Would you be a duck vapist?
If I was gonna be a duck, I would have to be Darkwing Duck.
Ah, Darkwing Duck, look out! Hey,
Okay,
you go, TW.
legit question.
Okay.
Would you want to be Darkwing Duck
Okay.
or Scrooge McDuck?
Scrooge McDuck.
Like, I have to agree, man, because you can have that cool car Darkwing Duck had, but
Yeah.
swimming in a pool of gold coins, that is the most
Yeah.
baller thing ever.
And I mean, honestly, if Scrooge McDuck hit the gym a little bit, he can get the Bruce Wayne thing going on. You know what I'm saying?
He could. He could definitely do both, but he
He
ain't
would be
because he's rich.
Bruce Wing, Bruce Wayne.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, Bruce Wayne, because he's a duck and he's got wings.
Oh, man.
Bruce Wayne.
That's bad. That's a bad pun. That's bad.
Dude, I am so proud of myself right now. Dude, okay, I will say this though. My dad jokes are just kind of like creeping on me next level. I'm just really assimilating the whole dad thing.
Give me a dad joke example.
What's brown and sticky?
Oh, boy. I don't know.
A stick.
Is that a dad joke?
Yeah.
That's just, yeah, I guess it is because it's so bad. Man, that's That's
Hold
repugnant.
on. Hold on. I gotta look up top 10 dad
Now I don't
jokes.
want to listen to 10. Give me three.
Okay. Here we go. What do you call a mac and cheese that gets all up in your face?
No idea.
Too close for comfort food.
Do you want to lose all our listeners? Is that the goal here?
All right, all right. What concert costs just 45 cents?
50 cent something.
50 Cent featuring Nickelback.
That's so
And
obvious.
that's there for one of our listeners too. Hopefully he's listening.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did the Scarecrow win an award?
No idea.
Because he was outstanding in his field.
Okay, that one's not as bad. We'll end with that one. That one was a little better.
Oh man, I love dad jokes.
They are, right? I mean, maybe if those vape smokers learned some more dad jokes, they wouldn't be dead. That's kind of harsh, though. Wasn't that kind of harsh?
That was pretty harsh.
I'm kind of mean. I was like, that's kind of too mean, Dan. So,
Dan, man, this is pretty aggressive.
but I don't feel bad for them. Like, imagine if they found an alternative to eating donuts. Like
What?
like imagine like the taste of donuts and just the feel of eating it. Like if you could inject that feeling into your arm and you could feel that same sensation.
You would feel a sensation in your mouth, in your arm.
Yeah. Like imagine if you like took a pill or something, like an alternative to eating calories. But imagine if that pill or that injection ruined your life too. What's the difference between that and vaping versus smoking? I don't see a difference.
I mean, bro, it's all about the clouds, the cloud life.
Dude, the people who like make circles and shapes with their smoke puffs, I
Uh
hate them so much.
huh. Have you? Are you just jealous that you can't blow an O, bro?
I'm jealous that they think that's cool and they are so dumb and ignorant in bliss. I'm jealous because I could
All
never
right,
entertain myself so easily.
I will. I will throw this out here. I used to vape, and I totally know how to do those rings, those O's.
Did you think you were a cool dude doing that?
It's one of those I am easily amused, and it was self entertainment. But actually, it started with hookah. For me, like hookah, that was a transition thing where I wasn't smoking cigarettes; I was smoking hookah. That was like the thing to do, and I would like everyone like in my little town. Like you could smoke hookah and kind of like pass the hose around, or they had like hookahs that had like two or three hoses with it. But like imagine like everyone bought a hookah and brought their own hookah and smoking their own hookah and like every night, and like you would like pack your hookah and take it with you everywhere and like sit in the bed of your truck and smoke a hookah. You remember how hookah was
Yeah,
back in the day?
that's more of a social thing. Vaping is like a habitual thing.
Well, the thing is, because it's become habitual because of the ease of use. I mean, you can literally put it in your pocket and then bring it out anytime. I mean, like with the hookah thing, you had to like put it in its case, and then you had to make sure you had water and coals, and then you had to like light it up a certain way. You had to pack the bowl a certain way. You had to have tools to like, yeah, it was like a fine wine. You know what I
It
mean?
was worth it though, because like, let's say you're going on a vacation, you're like, where are you going? I'm going to the next town over. You're gonna be like, that sounds. Who cares? Why is that vacation? But if you're like going somewhere exotic, like the other side of the world, that's
Yeah.
something kind of cool because it takes effort. Vaping takes no effort, so it's not that cool. And people blowing smoke into whatever shape it is the closest
Okay.
thing to effort there is with that.
I will say, from a flavor standpoint, vaping is a lot better than hookah. And hookah has a lot of flavor, but like you can have a lot of flavor without the harsh burn of coals and the heat and all that stuff. And so you just get a lot more flavor.
I vaped
But I mean,
before. I just don't get the appeal. It's just like, well, whatever. I don't see how this is fun or worth the money.
some people just like smoke, dude, just blowing smoke and smoke come out of their nose, and
That's
it's like
cool, man. They want to be a dragon and die early. That's a good choice, I guess.
yeah, some people like, yeah, I never got those people that have those like little fidget things. Remember when fidget spinners came out, but like fidget cubes and like, hey, I can't pay attention to you. I have to fidget with my hands in order to like be more
Yeah.
alert. But anyway, like I think like the vaping stuff has basically like replaced the fidget things where it's like when you want to fidget, you take a drag, you know?
It's not a good replacement.
I'm just saying.
All right, man. If you're a vapor and you have taken offense to what I have said,
Let us know on social media.
try
Send
to
us
do
an
something
email.
about it. You're going to run out of breath even typing.
Oh, that was a dad joke. That was a dad joke, Dan.
Nah, you're going to be like, you can't even formulate a complete sentence without hitting a hit from your vape pen.
All right. If you protest Dan's point of view on vaping, I want you to take a 5 or 6 second video of you blowing the fat O at the screen and then send it to our social media.
The only
Okay.
way I will be impressed by that is if you could blow Mount Rushmore out of the smoke, or
Oh,
Pyramid, or something grand. But if you're doing circles, if you're doing something basic, I don't care. Don't send that to me. Don't do it because I'm going to say, look at this dummy. That's you. I'm talking to you, whoever because I know it's not possible. So I'm asking for the impossible from a
hey, Gandalf. Gandalf blew a boat.
Gandalf is not real.
Oh, I mean, Gandalf was Magneto, and he could blow a boat.
That's great. I guess that's a weird. I don't know how to. I don't know what to say to that.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Yes, indeedy, Dwight Schrute. But
All right. Well, I think the podcast has gone long enough. I think
yeah,
everyone's tired of us.
they are definitely tired of us. But if you are not tired of us, you should definitely reach us social media wise at our roast info on Instagram, random roast info
Boom.
on Google, Gmail, and on Facebook, random roast. You'll see the same neon green and black icon on all 3 social media platforms. And
Yes,
Twitter.
and yeah, and
Twitter,
make sure
right?
that you don't. Yeah, and Twitter. Make sure you don't mix us up with Alternative Roast podcast.
Is that another thing?
No, but I was mixing your old podcast and our podcast.
Ah, I gotcha.
Alternative Roasts.
And vape companies, if you've taken offense to me, show me proof that I'm wrong and I will apologize and put your name out there. But
And if he's not wrong, sponsor us and we'll just eat our own words. We'll vape our own
yeah,
words.
become like the new Philip Morris and just deny everything until people get so outraged you are forced to pay fees.
Exactly.
And pay us fees and we'll pretend that we'll be on your side.
We don't have to
roast.
poison people.
We
We don't
can
have to poison anyone.
we can use this episode of me being so anti-vaping and like further episode completely do a 180.
Yeah, yeah. And Denny's, you have our heart, and if you really don't want us to vape inside the store, we'll refrain from it when we come and do that sweepstakes breakfast or lunch or dinner with
Vaping,
one of our random selected contested winners that we haven't done the contest yet, but it's
yeah,
coming.
it's coming. If you listen, it will happen. But we need
It will
more of you
happen.
to listen so it can happen.
Yeah.
There we go. So this is exactly a 1 hour episode.
Boom.
We've hit that mark. And we're going to end at
This.
this mark. So 1 hour looks really pretty.
Yeah, it does.
So Dan and Phil signing off, episode 6. Thank you for listening or watching or whatever as you smoke. Bye bye.
Yes. Toodles.